How's it going, guys? This is going to be sort of the mega trial guide I like to do for these events. Part 1, mind you. Part 2 should come out tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow in the afternoon. But I got to be honest with you. I didn't enjoy making this one as much as I enjoyed making the others. There's some great tips in here. Don't get me wrong. Like for the hero skill node, I got a great trick for you guys. When it comes to, doing the cosmic bio, I'm going to show how to beat it without Skrull, so that's going to help a lot of people. But with the Stargate that they put on these nodes, your levels and your gear tier mean more than anything else. For put in perspective, when they introduced diamonds, the reason for that is because the difference between a 4 yellow 4-red character and a 7 yellow 7-red character, it wasn't crazy. So the way it currently stands, if you're stuck doing difficulty 10 at 4 yellow 4 red, if you're tier level 100 and you gear tier 18 your characters in preparation for this, you're going to be able to auto it. At 5 yellow 5 red, difficulty 12, it gets a little bit more interesting, but still for the most part auto. That hero skill node will be a little difficult. Good tips for you in this video. When you get to difficulty 14, 6 yellow 6 red, it's a lot more interesting there. So this video might help you. Minus, I'm not going to be showing Skrull and Cosmic, but you don't need to see that. It's very easy. When you get to difficulty 15, which I have done with diamonds on my characters, well, it's a lot more interesting. So it really does feel like the trial was kind of made for the difficulty 15 crowd. And I could get into efficiency with you guys, give you guys lots of great tricks for efficiency, but that's really would only affect the top 100. It seems like the top 500 is going to be primarily dominated by the 7 yellow having community. Top 2000 is dominated by the 6 yellow community. The top 5,000 looks like it's going to be easily dominated by the 5 yellow community. So if I give too much efficiency tips, all I'm doing is helping create infighting in those star brackets to make sure that they're getting those higher rankings. And I'm not sure I want to do that. So this was kind of a bittersweet one for me, which is something that really bums me out because I love making these videos. But regardless, I hope it helps you. I hope you are happy, healthy, and having fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start by showing what difficulty we're doing in this guide and what packs we have turned on. Alright guys, so the difficulty we're going to be doing for this footage is going to be difficulty 12 with every single pack turned on. We were lucky enough to get 5 stars on all of our out of time and Cabal members, went super hard on their events, had a lot of orbs, and we were able to use that ultimate store to our advantage. This is definitely something we're going to be talking about in the future coming of these trial events, because there's going to be a couple tricks to make sure that highly engaged players can at least get that 5 stars in time, assuming they keep the same sort of time frame they gave us with the out of time characters and the Cabal characters. But this is kind of boring, because it is what it is. We're doing every single pack, nothing really to talk about. We got the health ones turned on, we got the war one turned on, the Crucible, the Spider Society, the extra speed bar, everything is turned on here, so there's not much to go through. Basically, again, hit your highest star rank, get your character levels, gear tier, ISO, and T4s up, and let's get going. Alright, so we're going to be starting with node 1, the Unrestricted node. What I'll say here is, there's no team that we have to prep. There's no character where you really want to get that ultimate up. It's not like we want to get the Red Hulk ultimate up, or the Doom ultimate. There's nothing like that that's going to help us get through this any easier. So instead, we're going to go in here with our Spider Society. And the reason we go in here with Spider Society is simply, if we get their ultimates up for the hero skill node, node 4 I believe it is, it makes it marginally easier. Marginally. So once we're in here, I'm going to take out the Trooper first because I just don't want to be eating up his retaliates over and over and over again. We'll just target him to make sure he goes down. And then we'll stun the Kestrel here. When the last wave drops in, when we're about a quarter of the way through, that's when we're going to be starting to save all of our cooldowns. So you can see what I was talking about, how at your highest Stargated level, with all the packs equipped, if you are gear tier 18, level 100, even gear tier 17, I hear is just walking through this, you're not going to have a problem, and so it just becomes a battle of efficiency against other players. Go ahead and throw this ultimate. We're not spreading anything, but we will be doing damage. And we'll use the Penny ultimate here, but that's going to be the last ability from Penny we're going to use. We want to be able to take out that Mockingbird in one shot, otherwise she's going to start summoning people, and that will drain our efficiency a little bit. Even with the pack that's going to give us speed bar when we kill one of them, it's still an annoyance. I don't think we'd get the one shot on her that way, so let's go ahead and save that. Not going to get the one shot here either, but let's go ahead, we'll stun her. I did just say his last ability I was going to use from Penny, but that is a short cooldown. And then with any luck here, we'll be able to get through Mockingbird before she summons. Good stuff. So all we're really doing is we're just spreading the damage out, making sure we get slow on as many people as possible, and picking people off to spawn in future waves. Now it's time to really start looking at our longer cooldowns, our Ghost Spider ultimate, our Pav ultimate, our Penny ultimate, and our Peter ultimate, and making sure we have those available. Any cooldown that's less than 3, I'm willing to use here, because I'm not going to be using them in the opening attack anyway, and then Penny will be building it back up when we're actually on that hero skill node. Not afraid to do the special in this case. Let's get a slow on the Kestrel. Throw the ultimate here now. Or sorry, the special here. This should take out the Kestrel. So next, I'll use the Ghost Spider special to make sure we don't get any Fury summons in here. And all we're kind of doing is just going ring around the rosy, making sure nothing is going to bite us in the butt as far as extending the fight or doing any damage to our hero Spider Society team here. Now, I do want to give a big disclaimer. If you're trying to be efficient, guys, you do not want to prep Spider Society. You want to come in here with a much stronger team, and you want to basically 1 to 2 shot every single wave, and you want to leave with an extremely high score. But we got our characters prepped, and we should have a really good start for that hero skill node. Heading into node number 2, we're going to be using our Out of Time team. Now, what I will say is the ISOs for this current team don't help me too much. I'd rather have more damage. In a perfect world, I would rather have Striker on Black Knight, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Starnak, and Raider on Peggy Carter and Captain America. This is going to help you have more vulnerables out, do more damage, and not get stuck behind a pesky taunt or the Emma and Madeline characters. That can be very, very annoying. So we do want to open up with the special here. We want to use the Peggy Ultimate. That's going to give us a bunch of buffs, taking out that screen quite easily. What we don't want to do is we don't want to do the Captain America shield just yet. So I'm just going to basic with Captain America here. And we'll take out the Doctor Strange Heartless here. Next, let's work down these guys over here. Let's get this dodge off of Gwenom. It's important to know when you have your assist on the Captain America from the Peggy Carter so that you're pulling off multiple dodges. So Gwenom is going to bleed out there. And the next wave is now here. This is actually slower than I normally pull it in. Normally Captain America's turn occurs right now, and I'm able to peel that taunt off of Strafe right away. But this is still fine. Now, when I'm doing an efficiency run, I will make sure that the Captain America shield hits the Emma. If it doesn't hit the Emma, I would reset this node until it does. It did hit her, but we didn't get the defense up off her. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and get a stun on her. Get some of my cooldowns back up, particularly on that Black Knight. And now our primary kill target is going to be the Emma. We don't want her to do her special, giving us slow. And we definitely don't want that Void Knight to pop off either, removing all our buffs. So we either need to make sure that we have Safeguard from Peggy Ultimate, or we put an ability block or a stun on top of this Void Knight. Go ahead and taunt. And now we'll have a Safeguard. Now you might be wondering, why, Dorky, are you using all your cooldowns? You're going to be screwed on that last 10th node. Well, the only character cooldowns I care about are going to be Black Knight and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Looks like Black Knight is good to go. And Cosmic Ghost Rider won't have his ultimate up, but he will have his special up. And that's going to be good enough. Heading to the Cosmic Bio node, there is the elephant in the room of Super Skrull. If you have Super Skrull, this node is going to be much easier. I'm going to attempt to do it without Super Skrull. I've had mixed success, some good, some bad, and some very, very ugly. Regardless, though, you are going to unfortunately need your Nowhere team. That's your Korg, your Cosmo, and your Nova. I like to pair that with Void Knight for the defense down and the group together, and Photon for those blinds. I'm going to switch Photon for a Striker here, because I have seen the opportunity to get a little bit more value from that. So what we really want to do here is we want to absolutely murder this wave. So we're going to start by using the Nova Special, hitting as many people as possible. That's going to activate the Toad. And then Void Knight is going to pull in off of the blob here. Now if both Dark Beasts assist and your Photon dies here, you're going to want to reset. It could happen that the Dark Beasts hit Korg, Cosmo, or Nova, in which case the damage is absolutely minimal. So we're going to use this special here to make sure we blind. We're getting a blind on that Lady Deathstrike, the Dark Beast, the Nemesis, everybody. We'll use the Cosmo special, the Korg special, and then the Nova Force with the offense up. We want to kill as many people as possible, so I'm going to target this Dark Beast who has a little bit more life because that Toad, unfortunately, doesn't have a vulnerable. We want to save our Cosmo Ultimate. We're going to be needing that later. Silver Samurai is about to take a turn, so we'll take him out. And now there's only one enemy remaining. Not only do we drop in the first wave, but we drop in the second wave as well. Now this is a little unfortunate because we have no idea where Apocalypse is going to position himself. Regardless though, let's get some Turn Meter Rewind on top of this Magneto. And we get defense down as many people as possible. And we'll try and take them out. Now that we have Apocalypse here, we still want to take out this Archangel before that special comes into play from Apocalypse. That's perfect. We're going to save the Cosmo special. If Cosmo gets targeted by the Apocalypse on the ability block, though, we're going to have to reset, unfortunately. Alright, so Photon got chosen in this case. So now what I want to do is I want to start targeting Apocalypse because I do want him to get his speed up so that he hits me while we have the Safeguard. Looks like unfortunately Korg took a turn right away. But Cosmo and Nova are protected, and in a perfect world what's going to happen now is the Apocalypse is going to try and one-shot our Nova. And he should survive, and he did survive. And then this is how you can get through it without Skrull. We're going to take a lot of damage from our other characters here, but we should be mostly okay. And we want to start saving some cooldowns for that next Cosmic node. Cosmo obviously can't cleanse through the trauma here, but otherwise we get through it just fine. And that's it, guys. There's a lot of RNG without Skrull. I know a lot of people are struggling on this node. Just because you see me doing one shot does not mean it happened in one shot. We did about 6 attempts here, and again, these are level 100 gear tier 18 characters. So if it's taking you a long time to get through this node on the higher difficulties, just know you're not alone. Heading into the hero skill node, we're going to be doing a burn attack with the following team. Mockingbird, Shang-Chi, Kestrel, Fury, and Ronin. Very particular ISOs. We got lots of crits going on here with Striker on Ronin. And we have one solo goal here, and that is to take out the Doc Ock and the Kraven. What I'll tell you is on this difficulty, with my level of characters, I'm actually doing too much damage, and I'm threatening myself by spawning in the Green Goblin for right away in the next attack, and I do not want that. So we Mockingbird ultimate to get a rewind. We're going to use the Fury special to give ourselves speed up. You do not want to summon there because of the pack that gives speed bar on kill. And now we need to Ronin ultimate this Kraven. That's going to put blind on him, making sure that he doesn't ruin us with his next attack. Now we're going to use the special. This is going to take out the Kraven. Normally, on a higher difficulty, if you're doing punch-ups, it's not actually going to take out the Kraven there. You're going to have to finish him off further. When it's Shang-Chi's turn, we're going to target the lizard in the middle. He's got more buffs, and that's going to take out the Doc Ock. Now, in the perfect world, what we're going to be able to do here is we're going to be able just to die after pulling the lizard ultimates. But as you see, my team is actually too strong on this difficulty, and we summon in the vultures. So now there's an extra contingent that I need to worry about. I do not want to walk into a lizard ultimate or a vulture ultimate. Those turn meter rewinds are not what we want. Those buff steals are absolutely not what we want. Now we're allowed to take out one lizard here, but if we take out anybody else, that will spawn in the Green Goblin. In a perfect world, Vulture is going to get enough speed bar, do his ultimate. That's good, but we noticed that Lizard did not get to do his ultimate. We do not want to walk into Spider Society getting all their buffs stolen, even though we did prep our cooldown so we can get them back with Peter B. Parker. So instead what I'll do is I'm going to do yet another burn attack. I want to use the slowest characters possible because I don't want them to take turns and I just want them to die. Karnak's actually pretty quick. So go in here with our full shield team that we built up for the coveted Archangel minion section. And Lizard's going to ult. And now we don't have to worry about that attack heading into the final node. Or the final fight, rather. Now it's time to play cleanup with our Spider Society. After doing these burn attacks, taking out the Doc Ock so they can get offense down, but also so they lose 40% health. They no longer have Safeguard on spawn because we took out the Kraven. This is going to be a very easy hit. I'll start just by taking out this Vulture. I'll use the special from Pav. And now we want to go for the Green Goblin as much as possible. We can get a stun on here, so let's go for that. Now we knocked the Goblin a little bit too low, so it activated a Lizard Taunt, but that's not a big problem, again, because we stunned the Doc Ock. We'll spread these debuffs from Lizard. If you're trying to be more efficient, you do not spread these debuffs from Lizard. You save that ultimate. But I'm not trying to show how to be super efficient right now. We'll start saving some cooldowns to make that second hero skill node not too difficult. Alright, so people are starting to bleed out. That's great. And we'll continue on here. As you saw, that Spider Slayer got his ultimate off and did a lot of damage to me, nearly taking my Penny out. If she dies, obviously you reset. And if you're coming into a problem like that, you just won't hold on to as many cooldowns as you saw me holding on to. Alright, heading into the first villain node, I'm going to abstain from using Skrull and Apocalypse for those of you who don't have them. Instead, we're going to use Cabal with Kang and Titania. The following ISOs are what I prefer for this sort of a mode. We need Skirmisher and Iron Patriot because we do need to be reapplying vulnerables to characters in future waves. So on this first wave, we're going to start by putting the ability block on the Dazzler in the back left. Then we want to get a slow on the Dazzler in the front right, but we'll hit as many people as possible while doing it. And then we're going to let go some of our really, really big abilities. We're going to target Dazzler for this. And then I will use the Gargantuan. This is going to be clearing most of the wave for us. We'll use the basic from Leader. I'll take out this Dazzler if possible. And then Kang is going to take out a couple people here as well, but he's also going to get 40% speed bar plus 20% because he hit into an ISO attack. Now, because there's only one enemy remaining that is going to spawn in the Nova, if there was 2 enemies remaining, it would just be the Extreme members spawning in. So our main goal here now is going to be to get as much vulnerables as possible. So I'm going to target the Nova. That gets the Iron Patriot vulnerable over there. And now I don't want to target the Nova because I don't want to be eating those vulnerables up. So let's get a rewind on them. It's going to do some good damage as well. Nova charges are starting to fall. In the perfect world, we're actually not even going to have to worry about him using a single ability. Let's take the Forge out. We'll do the ultimate here. We'll do the Leader ultimate as well. The reason we do the Leader ultimate is to replenish our energy. And it looks like we will be eating one Nova ability. So let's make sure it doesn't kill us or do too much damage to us. It went over on the Kang. It's going to be some pretty heavy damage on Kang that he's going to take it really well. So now that he has vulnerable, we don't have to worry about the Nova Force coming in. And we're going to clean up. And there you go. So we have some good cooldowns heading into the next Cabal node. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up the gameplay for this video. Hope those first 5 nodes, the tips, tricks, and efficiency stuff we threw in there are going to help you out. I'm going to be back to the editing now. This does take quite a while to highly edit these videos. I hope you enjoy it. Part 2 hopefully comes out tomorrow in the afternoon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as I can. But for now, stay happy, all day fun. See you later. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.